Men, how do you be safe for your woman? I had a client ask me this just yesterday. Steph, how can I be safe for my partner? I said there's two things you need to do. Just two. Start with these two and we'll expand from there. Be proactive and be consistent. Be proactive and be consistent. Let me give you a few examples. Consistency means showing up to a discussion, to an argument, to a difficulty that your partner is presenting the same way. That doesn't mean you're monotonous. That doesn't mean you don't have a pulse. It doesn't mean you're dry. It doesn't mean you're a punching bag. It doesn't mean that you don't express your truth. It means that you're not volatile. It means that you're consistent in your responses. If your partner is coming to you with a pain or something that she needs to discuss, a fear perhaps, one day you're not meeting it with complete openness, and the next day you're aggravated and you're volatile and you're erratic in your nature. Be consistent. But how can we be consistent? Where we're consistent when we do our own inner work. We're equilibrating and collapsing our own fears. When our partner brings a fear to us, perhaps she may come and she may say to you, I'm feeling jealous right now. I'm feeling jealous that you have friendships with other women. Or I need more of you. You're not available to me. You work so much. You're traveling so much. Or you're not emotionally available for me. It's like you're numb. Whatever your partner is bringing to you, if that is triggering something in you and you reflect that back in a aggressive way, you're not being consistent in your behavior. You're not doing your own inner work. When your partner comes to you and says, I need more of you, maybe that triggers your father or your mother not being available for you when you were younger. And so you develop this attribute, this characteristic, this expressive in the world of, I'm just going to do more. I'm going to distract myself. I'm going to prove my worthiness through my accolades, through my doing, through my productivity. And that pushes on a sore point. And until you get to the core of that, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with productivity and doing in the world. Great, do more if it comes from a healthy place. If she's saying to you, you're not emotional with me, you're not sharing yourself, you're not telling me how you feel, I don't know what's going on with you, you're never sharing. Maybe that's reminding you of an unavailable father that you had. That maybe you never heard your father say, I love you, son. And that brings up a sore point that you don't want to address within you. To be consistent, you have to address your own stuff. You have to. Otherwise, it gets locked down, locked away. You become unavailable to yourself, to your partner, and to the world. You're not fully expressed. Now, proactivity. Actually, let me come back to something else with respect to consistency and safety. When your partner comes to you and your partner needs your presence, because another way that we help keep our partners safe is through our presence. Speak slow, move slow, breathe slow, stand tall. Speak slow, move slow, breathe slow, stand tall. That's you in presence. You're not looking to respond back. You're not waiting for that gap, holding your breath, waiting to react or respond or say your piece. You're holding space. Again, you're not a punching bag, but you're actively listening. That's part of being in consistent behavior, being a safe space for your partner. Be in presence. Don't move fast. Don't be erratic. Slow your breath down. Lengthen your spine. Gaze into her eyes when she's communicating with you. Be frontal facing. All of this is body language and body cues that indicate to your partner, to her own body, to her own neuroception and unconscious self of her scanning the environment through her enteric nervous system and through her eyes and through her body, that you are safe because you're slow, you're present, you're breathing slow, and you're breathing in your belly in your diaphragm, not in your chest, because when we're breathing in our chest, we're activating the sympathetic nervous system response. We're in fight or flight. You're going to then relay that message to her body. Then she's going to move into fight or flight, and you're both in fight or flight, feeding off each other. So when you breathe slow, here, when you breathe light, when you breathe silently, and when you breathe long, guess what? Her body picks up on that. Now, what could be a really volatile situation, discussion, becomes something that's calm, where you can both hear each other. Proactivity. Be deliberate and proactive. If you're having an issue with secrecy or jealousy, it's such a common issue in relationships, especially when couples first get together, and especially if they haven't done a lot of inner work and they're not confident in their own selves. Their self-worth is low, they're insecure, they're masking it with accolades and performances and aesthetics and the rest of it. But really deep down inside, they're scared of losing that person, or they're scared of not being a priority, whatever that fear may be. Jealousy can come out. And so I say, if you're confident in who you are, if you trust yourself, if you're not a dishonest person, be proactive in what your partner needs. Instead of waiting for them to ask for it and you saying yes or denying them, be proactive. You may say, hey, my love, my password to my phone is 1111. My preference is that you don't look through that and you don't look through it without my permission, but I just want to let you know I'm an open book. And I don't want to feed into your wound, whatever that may be, your wound of jealousy or your pain around mistrust because you haven't had reliable men that you can trust in your life. But I want to show you through my actions that you can trust me. And my request is that you don't just go through my stuff, but I want to share with you my passcode. Here it is. That's an example. What else in your life that needs attention? Maybe it's an argument, a big argument that you had when you were both drunk 10 months ago. And you haven't really resolved it. There's a tension point around that. You notice it. You notice the references, the subtle references, the unconscious references come up when you're having an argument or when you're not in a healthy place and you're not connected intimately with each other. You notice the reference come up where your partner feels unsafe. Can you be proactive in bringing forward that conversation to equilibrate it? Can you say, hey, darling, I know we haven't really solved or resolved rather, or healed that experience, that situation, that event that we went through 10 months ago. I've done some research. Here are 3 therapists, 3 coaches that I think would be really good for us. Why don't we spend a couple of months working with them to enhance our relationship? What are you doing? You're being proactive. You're demonstrating to your partner that you care. You're demonstrating that you care about the relationship. Otherwise, why the fuck are you in the relationship? Be on your own. It's better. It's easier. It's smoother. It's cleaner. Be on your own. Proactivity and consistency, when you show up in that way in your relationship will go to the next level. But guess what? You will go to the next level. You, yourself, will go to the next level. You will evolve as a man. Now, some of you are going to be really scared of that because you don't want to outdo your dad or your family lineage, your genealogy. You don't want to outdo your older brother, or you're scared of success because you're scared of change. You're scared of moving into unfamiliar terrain. Some of you are going to be scared to grow. And so you're going to do whatever you can, self-sabotage, but it's really protection, inner child protection. Story for another time. You do whatever you can to break that. In those moments, tell that part of you it's safe to proceed into growth and expansion. I deserve this. Say it with me. I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve this, and I decide where I go. I decide where I go. Consistency, proactivity. Power and blessings to you.